right, hey guys, good morning. It's Laura coming at you with another let's call them animal preparedness videos. Let's not call them dogs. I had a couple people comment that they have cats and that they have a lot of similar concerns with their cats. I think a lot of this is going to kind of cross over. None of us going to want to leave any of our animals behind or have any of our animals unprepared for. So, a couple things off the top about the cats. Just like crating is important for dogs, and I know it's not quite the same thing with cats, but if you always have to imagine, what am I going to do? Sorry. Guys. Yeah, this is what I use for correction for a lot of things. It's easy. It doesn't hurt them. It's water. And they don't like it. Actually, some of them, I have like one or two that really kind of do like it. So anyway, sorry. This is going to be real shit for me. Like, I don't have a lot of time for editing and doing all that kind of stuff. So, like, you're going to get like real-time doggy daycare action. So anyway, yeah, if you have to leave your home with your cat and you have to go to a shelter or, God forbid, you have to go wherever FEMA wants to take you. Or if you even have to go to a friend's house, you're not always going to be able to have your cat, milling around wherever. So it might be wise to do some light cat carrier training with your cat. I don't know. I think that's something to consider. I think that the food things that I'm going to talk about today are going to go both ways. The canned food for cats, I'm sure, is the same as with dogs. And leave him alone. And bagged dry food is the same as well. The dry food recommendations are that they can be kept in a sealed bag for up to 1 year. How fresh it's going to be or how good it's going to be. I don't know that your dog's going to care when they're starving. So, I'm not sure how you guys feel about that. I think it would probably go 2 years and be okay. What I have done is bought big bags of dry dog food, and then I also put them in those big Tupperware containers that seal. And you want to keep them indoors. Like I have a shed, but it's 110 degrees in there, so I don't take anything out there that, obviously food related. It just it's not gonna last out there. So you do have to be kind of careful about temperature. Like under a bed somewhere. I know what I've done for storage, for prepping for me. I came from an apartment before this, so we had no space. All my beds are really high, and I store a lot under the beds, and that works really well for those like flat low containers, and that works great for dog food. You can just slide them right under the bed. And canned dog food, I was surprised to find out, and I'm really tickled about this. In fact, I've started adding a case of canned food to every shipment I get from Chewy. I use Chewy.com, and they deliver right to my door. Which is great when you have big dogs and big bags of dog food and you're 100 pounds. Just saying. So I use them, and I just started adding, after I did this research, I just started where now a case of canned food will come too. I typically don't feed my dogs canned food. I've always heard, you hear it both ways. You don't really know exactly what the best is, but I've always heard that dry food was better for them. I just don't, after reading what I've read, I'm not real sure. I think what would really truly be best for our dogs is if we all bought like maybe some, chicken and thighs and drumsticks and stuff like that. Honestly, you have to do it no bone. And I think from what I'm reading, we should really be feeding it to them raw. My boyfriend has a big problem with that. He does not want me to do that with the dogs. He's really worried about salmonella and blah, blah, blah. So I have to do a little more research before I can say that I'm going to do that. But I have read that feeding your dogs raw food is the best thing you can ever do. And the canned food, it can go 2 to 5 years. So, I mean, I don't know how you guys feel about that, but I'm going to be loading up on some canned food. And they come already sealed in the nice little, like cardboard thing with plastic around them, so you could just literally slide those things under the bed. They're not that tall. These are, you know, shorter. So you could really kind of store a good bit and have your dog taken care of for a good while. Just like for us, same thing for the dogs. If you're in a bug out situation, you're only going to be able to carry so much. And canned food, it's heavy. Like, it's not, all of it's heavy. All the dog food is heavy. You're not going to be able to carry that much. So, you know, bugging out and bugging in is two way different things. Like I said before on my other video, I prefer to think of bugging in. My best case scenario, I'm not sure what'll happen when none of us are. We don't know what we're going to have to do and have to deal with. But, you know, I'm hoping that I'll be able to stay here with my boys and dare a person to come in this door. Anyway, so food, I made some notes this time so I didn't go too off track. One thing that I didn't know and that I will be doing differently is I have like a big tub that I feed my dogs out of every day. Like, I take the bag of dog food, I dump it in the plastic tub, and I feed them out of that plastic tub. I shouldn't be doing that. You should take the bag and just set the bag in the tub and then feed them out of the bag. Those plastics, just like they leach into our drinks and our things, they're also leaching into our dogs' foods and causing, you know, a lot of, you know, cancers and this and that, you know, a lot of things it's contaminating their food. So don't do that. I was doing that. And I will definitely be doing that differently in the future. They did say that once you open a bag of dog food, it should be used within 7 to 14 days. I don't know how many of you guys can use a bag of dog food in 7 to 14 days. I particularly can, but I know that I'm like a little bit different situation than everyone else. So maybe buy even smaller bags, you know what I mean, so that you're not opening. And they just said that once that 7 to 14 day period has come, it's like it's losing vitamins, it's losing, you know, some of the things that they need, and yeah, so it shouldn't be open too long. Also for canned food, 4 hours after it's served, like if you feed your dog and it hasn't eaten it in 4 hours, you shouldn't leave that in the bowl. You should be putting that in the refrigerator. The cans can last covered in your refrigerator for 4 or 5 days. I was shocked to see, but mine would never last that long, but I'm just saying. And you can freeze canned dog food as well. You can put it in plastic baggies and freeze it. Some people do like ice trays. I don't know why you would do that. I guess like little teeny pieces. My dog would like, let me show you. The big one laying down there that hasn't moved, that's my dog. And he weighs 100 pounds. And if I gave him a piece of dog food the size of an ice cube, I think he'd laugh. I think he would actually chuckle. So, anyway. Other things that I wanted to say today, there was someone who had asked me about the muzzle that I had gotten and wanted me to post the link. I wasn't going to, get on Chewy and do all that today, but I just wanted to show you the box that it came in. It's called Baskerville. I think that's what that says. Ultra muzzle. And the reason why I liked it was because they are able to do, they can pant. They can still pant, which is their cooling mechanism. They can still get little treats if you needed to feed them for some reason. But I thought this one was going to be the best one for what I'm going to do. And again, I want to do that when I have some time one day and we can do that together and just see how it goes. Like I said, my dog has never been in a muzzle. So this is going to be like, these are first time things for me too. And we can learn together, and see how, see what you guys think and how that goes. I wanted to just touch on other like family stuff. I did want to say, Adam, I'm sure you're probably not watching this, but just in case, I looked everywhere for your comment. Jay Stone said you had commented and I was so excited to see it, but I can't find it. There's been so many comments and so thankful for all of them. And I've been able to go through and pretty much scan them and read them, but I haven't been able to get back to everybody yet. I'm not sure that I ever will. Guys, so many people came over. I'm still right now so floored by the love of the family. And that's one thing I wanted to say is that, you know, when you're in a situation like this, guys, where you have like a lot of small creators and kind of under one umbrella of a larger creator, and we're trying to make the changes and make a family like we are, you're gonna have a little bit of haters, and you're gonna have people that make bad comments, and you're gonna have people that message you and say mean things. We all have to get a tough skin and realize that those things don't mean anything. And if that person has that much time in their day to sit around and go make negative and troll people's videos, then they have no life. Because I'm telling you right now, I do not have time to even sit down and smoke a cigarette in peace. So I'm just saying, like, everybody just ignore any of that you're getting. Like, I know that there have been some people that have been picked on a little bit, and maybe like I know that people have been saying whatever. I don't even know what they're saying, because I honestly don't have time to go look and see what they're saying. And I like I said, I'm sorry. I have not enough time to pay attention to the people that I love and I do want to pay attention to, and the people that have been so wonderful to me. The last thing I'm going to do is give somebody time that's not. And maybe it's because I'm older. Maybe it's because I'm a woman and have been through so much drama in my life with, you know, how people can be. And girls, we all know how it can be. And I just don't, and plus I don't want to be negative. Like, I want to be positive. Like, this life is so beautiful, guys, and we have one. And we don't have time to sit around and make time for people that, I mean, if it's that bad, then don't watch me and turn the channel and, you know, whatever. I'm just saying, let's just all just ignore anything, any flack that you're getting that's negative. Ignore it. And that's really the best thing I can say. Like, I really believe that, and I really practice that. Like, you know, I just will not. I don't even text people back. If somebody texts me something nasty, I just don't even text them back. I'm not going to take time to sit there and do all this, and that's not me. I'm honestly, the best thing you're going to get out of me is I'm probably going to block you. So anyway, that was that on the on that family unity thing that I wanted to say. I wanted to say that this family is so amazing, and we have so many smart, beautiful, wonderful people in this community that are trying to do something better for themselves. Man, it's been a rough day, guys. It's Florida. It's hot. There have been so many nice comments and so many great people that have come out in support of me, and I know the others as well. Like, and you know, I depend on other YouTube channels for my news. I don't have, first of all, I will not turn on regular news, obviously, and I don't have time to sit around and pull all the articles that I want to read or that are interesting to me or that mean something to me. I don't even have time to look for them. And I appreciate those channels that do all that. Like, I really, really appreciate it. I appreciate it when you sit and read an article to me. Like, I honestly do. And I appreciate every ounce of energy it takes for Adam to pull together a 3-hour show every night, and the time it takes away from his family to make sure that we can get to all those articles, and that we can go to his site and, you know, see what other people in the family are doing, and have a place, and the Discord he created, which I'm not in. I'm sorry. I keep meaning to do these things, and I just, you know, I don't have I do have a Facebook, but I don't use it. I haven't been on Facebook for about 3 years now. I really don't do hardly any social media. I'm actually going to have to change some of that now because of the business thing. I just got my website up and running this weekend, and I know that I'm going to need to have a Facebook account attached to that, and like Instagram and stuff, and I'm going to have to do so much better about social media. And I'm honestly dreading it because social media can get me riled up, and I don't like that side of me. That's, again, like I said, focusing on the good stuff. Like, life is short. focus on the good. But I just wanted to say that, you know, this is the only way you're going to get a hold of me, really, is to comment, I guess. Or I will try to remember to always leave my email address in the description below, because anybody that wants to contact me and you know, talk about anything, or has any questions or ideas of things that you want gone over, and things that you are interested in, you know, as far as this side of prepping goes, I would be really glad to help anyone out and to talk to anyone I can. Again, I get to my emails about once a week too. Like, I am really bad about, I'm really bad about it. I'm going to try to do better, because I don't want to let you guys down. And I also wanted to say something about, and I wrote this down the other night when I was listening, about that guy, Paul Revere, that called in. And it was like he was trying to warn us about a bunch of stuff. And I don't know who he is. I'm going to look him up on YouTube. I don't know if he does videos or anything. I don't know. But I didn't know if you guys had any more information on him either, or some of the things he had brought up. And, you know, about that Chinese lady, I listened again to Adam's clip that he put on Marfoogle News, and she was so amazing, guys. Like, she had a pretty educated answer for every question he asked, and it was really strange when she said not to worry about who she was, or like that didn't matter. Like, she sincerely was trying to make sure that we don't have the wrong impression of a lot of things that are going on in China. And I always wonder that, because all we know is what we are seeing on our side of it. And even the media that thinks they're doing right and is trying to be honest and do right, they're still depending on, I mean, let's face it, not a lot of them have gone to China. Like, we have no clue. It's like Florida. I don't know if any of you guys watch Florida Maquis. I love him for his Venezuela, and his Antarctica videos lately have been off the hook, guys, off the hook. If you don't take time to watch anybody else today and you don't know who he is, go check him out. He is great. And it's Florida, and it's Maquis, not Marquis, Maquis. And he's just super incredible. But he was always telling us stuff about Venezuela that was completely contrary to what we were being told. And he had, you know, a little bit more inside scoop than any of, well, at least for me, than I have. I've only been to Venezuela once, and it was like a layover to get on the next, for my cruise. So just saying, I just think that none of us know what's going on in these other countries, and none of us know. I mean, obviously we know China is communist, and we can clearly see. I mean, I'm assuming the social credit system and all that is real. Obviously, that's a very overbearing government. I'm just saying that we don't know everything that's going on, and we don't know exactly, you know, like this tariffs thing. I'm really confused about how President Trump is, like, he's really backstepping this tariff thing, and I'm wondering to myself, you know, and I've been a big Trump supporter. I voted for him. I like him. He was the only choice we had. But I'm starting to really wonder about this. Like, I don't know if any of you have ever heard of Gregory Marinero either. And I'm probably saying his last name wrong. Marino, I think it is. But he does a lot of financial videos on YouTube. And he was saying this morning that Donald Trump was on the phone with the 6 top banks, which make up the Fed. And when they got off the phone, that was when the miraculous information came down that that China we weren't going to have tariffs on iPhones and other certain things that were coming from China. We weren't going to have tariffs on. And I just wondered, like, I feel like they're trying to keep this economy propped together and taped together and screwed together and glued together long enough to get him elected. I think that they're afraid he's not going to get elected if the economy goes south. But I feel like there's no way. How are you going to keep taping this stuff together? Like, we can all see that things are not the way they, even when they say that's like best job numbers ever, you have to understand that a lot of people are having 2 and 3 jobs. Like, that's why job numbers are good, because everybody has to have 5 jobs to keep afloat. You know what I mean? Like, I feel like we're being a little bit misled in the financial market and the way the financial things are going. And I'm a little concerned about that. Like, one thing I've always thought about Donald Trump and liked about him was the fact that he would just say, what the hell was on your mind? And I'm one of those people that I do much better with the truth. Just tell me, no matter how bad it is, just tell me the truth. Let me deal with what that is, and let me go straight through that mountain. There's no other way through a problem than through it. You can't, the more you hide from it and the more you try to tuck it together and tape it up, the worse it's going to be when all this stuff falls apart. I think we have the worst debt, and not just our countrywide debt, but our each personal individual's debt is more than it has been in a really long, long time. I think that we have a situation with our stock market that is getting ready to kind of, go a little crazy. And I think it's getting ready to take a little bit of a dip. And again, people that have their 401k plans and stuff wrapped up in the stock market are going to take a big hit again. And I feel like they do this to every generation, just as the generation's getting ready to start feeling like they have something to fall back on and they're doing okay, they knock them down a piece. And I think it's just a way to keep the middle class killing themselves, and I'm starting to get a little frustrated with this, the financial situation of things. I feel like, we all better be very careful. And if you're not putting something back for later that you yourself are holding that isn't in a paper fiat currency, you should probably maybe think about it. I've been buying a lot of silver, guys, because I just feel like, and I have it delivered to me, and I stash my I'm not dealing with having a 401k plan I wouldn't have one anyway. I own my own business, but clearly, even if I did, I don't think I would take that option right now. Like, it's a little bit scary. We all saw this happen in 2008. I was kind of in the same position in 2008. My ex-husband and I owned a construction and floor covering business, and we built houses and built our own houses and sold them and stuff. And so that's how I've never really had a 401k plan or retirement or anything. So I was really lucky that I could somehow see things were going a little bit shady in like 2006. I put our house up on the market that we were a little bit in too deep. Like, not that, we made a lot on our house, but we owed, the payment was too big. And I could see that if my husband's work, wasn't good and we didn't have work to do, that, I was going to have a problem. So I sold our house just in the nick of time. Like, literally probably 3 months after I sold the house, it was worth half of what it was when I sold it. But it's, it's probably regained a lot of that now. It's a beautiful home, and people didn't get screwed. I'm just saying that, yeah, the value went way down. So anyway, just wanted to say that I am really a little concerned about where the financial things are going in this country. I'm concerned for everyone out there who, anybody that's mortgage debt anywhere near 100%. I'm worried about those people, and I'm worried that they're going to be in the same situation that they were back in 2008. I feel like this is why a lot of baby boomers don't buy and they'd rather rent. I think they saw their parents losing their homes. Not baby boomers, I'm sorry, millennials. I think they saw their parents losing their homes, and I think that they got a little bit of a bad taste in their mouth about owning their own homes. So I don't know. I feel a little concerned. I feel like we should all probably keep our head looking at those markets a little bit, whether you have something in it or not. It's a great forecast of what everything else is going to do. And anyway, I just also wanted to see if you guys wanted to see everybody I have today. So that's Jackson. That's my Asher. The one in the bed right there. Oh, that's Effie. She's a board. I've had her for a week or two now. She's a great little thing. This is Quigley. He's actually a show dog, and he drives me just a little bit insane. He literally steps on my feet while I'm stepping on them. And this is Graham, and he's a Labradoodle. This is my littlest guy. This is my Levi. Yeah, and he's a lover, but he doesn't like that Graham dog, and every once in a while he nips at him. See, he's a little mean. He doesn't like this one either. It's funny to watch him nip him. He's so mean. And he's got a little chihuahua in him, you can tell. But yeah, this is kind of the dog room. I kind of let them do what they want. This is my Asher's face. He's such a pretty boy. He's a boxer lab mix. He doesn't like that Labrador too much either. But he won't do anything. He'll just like, oh, okay, Mom, it's time for me to go to my room now. And he'll go lay on my bed and wait for me to get there. Anyway, guys, I love you all. And I hope you guys have a great day. I hope this video did something to inform you. I hope it did something to inspire you. And I hope it did something to keep you happy today. And if you have any questions, comments, you know what to do. Love you guys. Bye.